What's up YouTube, Kristo here. Got a video for you, just gonna do something a little bit new, a little bit the same, but kind of gonna talk about what I've been wearing and listening to recently, thanks to my overwhelmingly positive response I had to talking about some albums and stuff like that, and a few other videos. I figured I'd kind of fit it in as a kind of regular thing. I'm not going to review albums, but I'll definitely put some on just to talk about. Just makes for, interesting exchange of comments. I like finding new music as well, and just like perfume, I always love when I get suggestions for me to do some research and look into. But of course, I'm going to talk about some fragrances that I've been wearing recently that I think deserve a mention for one reason or another. So let's do the perfume first. A few things I've been wearing recently. This is Maison Francis Kurkdjian's Satin Mood from the Oud line. This is the newest one, and I wore it a couple days ago, 2 days ago maybe, and I loved it. It's definitely one of those kind of candied rose oud fragrances, but it stands out so much in the sense that it's just such high quality, and kind of makes the other ones I've smelled in that category smell quite, amateurish. This is amazing. I love it. I would love to get a full bottle of this, but it's just way too expensive. I believe it's around 500 Canadian dollars for the 70 ml bottle. And as amazing as it is, I just can't justify spending that, to be honest. I needed only about one spray from this, and it lasted like at least 12 hours. I had a shower, and I could still smell it a little bit on myself after that, but it is a pretty awesome scent. I think the whole Mood series are pretty damn good for the most part, to be honest. Just they're really expensive. A little decant I've been wearing, not as big on this one as I was on the Oud Mood. This is Guerlain's Le Parfum de 68. The weather's been kind of going up and down and up and down. It gets really warm, and then it gets really cold, and then it gets really warm, and then it gets really cold, and then we get days that are really sunny and cool, and then we get days that are really like overcast but kind of warm. It's just all this crazy weather going on. So I wanted to try this out because I kind of associate this with the more warm weather fragrance, not necessarily for summer, but more warm weather. I actually really enjoyed this like months and months ago when I first kind of tried it, but I really don't like this. I can't say it's for me at all. There's kind of like a sharp tonka or vanilla note, and it is mixed with like kind of fresh citrusy notes, and I don't know, something about it just reminds me of kind of like a really expensive designer fragrance, and not in a good way. Don't like this at all. Just something like that just smells cheap about it. I think it is like that tonka base, with the kind of light, fresh opening, that's sweet as well, so definitely not my thing. However, though, from Guerlain, this is something I picked up quite recently. This is Songe, amazing fragrance. I liked it before, and now that I have a bottle, I'm totally in love with it. I can actually wear it properly. I don't have to worry about putting on like minuscule little sprays to kind of keep as much as I can for as long as I can. I've got a bottle now. I've worn it at least 2 or 3 times. Totally love it. Very dry, woody, of course. Definitely has barnyard elements to it, but there is definitely some sweetness in it. So it's kind of gotten warm out again, so I'm gonna have to wait maybe a couple weeks for it to get cold again or cool again, and I'll definitely be rocking this. But this one, wow, this continues to just totally stand out in my collection, and is probably the, my biggest purchase, my favorite purchase I've made in a long time, and I've made some big ones recently. This is Queer to Russie from the Chanel Les Exclusives. You know, a lot of buzz around the Les Exclusives line now with the reconcentrations and all that stuff. This one I picked up. It's the only one I actually picked up when I found out about the reconcentrations. There were a couple others that I really wanted, and I tested them again, and tested them once more to be careful because these are not cheap. And they just didn't make the cut for me, unfortunately. But yeah, this is stunning. This is amazing. One of my most worn fragrances in the last couple months since I bought it, and definitely one of the highlights in my collection right now. Absolutely loving this. Hoping to get a review for this, you know, in the next couple months or so. Just need to do a bit more wearing, make some notes. So a few albums I've been listening to recently. Just like perfume, you know, music taste changes. Music lovers, we go through phases where we kind of like certain things, and then we kind of gravitate towards others and different sounds and different genres and stuff, back and forth like that. Always changing and evolving. So one artist I've been listening to recently is How to Dress Well. This is like an indie experimental R&B musician. It's just one single guy, and this is just a beautiful album. It's very dark. It has very ambient elements to it. Amazing music. I love this. I consider it one of my favorite like experimental lo-fi albums ever made. It really takes me somewhere. Like, it's one of those albums that I can only listen to when I'm in a certain mood. I love this album, and which is really cool about it, it actually comes, I was very lucky because I bought this used online, and it ended up coming, I didn't even realize, on a white vinyl pressing. This is actually quite rare. There are a few versions of this album out there, and this one is, I believe, the rarest of all of them. So that was a really nice bonus because I wasn't even expecting it. It's not very easy to find that album in general, let alone pressed on white. This album, this is a weird, fun album. This is Ween's The Pod. If you're not familiar with Ween, I don't know, some of their diehard fans might take offense to me saying it, but they are kind of a novelty band. They make really weird music and often will have a similar theme for each album. They do not always, but they often will. And this is like really strange, supposedly home recorded lo-fi, meaning that it was made with like really low quality instruments, recording gear. There's some songs in here that I just love it. It's just such a weird, fun, bizarre album. Strap on That Jammy Pac, the opening track, is just so weird but fun again. Pollo Asado is just like this guy rambling, ordering food at a Mexican restaurant. And I could just go on. I love this album. It's so strange, it's so unique. And this as well is a limited pressing. It's actually quite collectible now. It was released for Record Store Day on clear vinyl. So you can see right there, it's a nice clear pressing. There are little black lines here and there, but for the most part, pretty much completely transparent, which is pretty cool. I always am a sucker for colored vinyl or transparent vinyl. This is a really special album. I've been listening to this a lot lately, and it turns out they're playing in Toronto in a couple weeks, and I'm going. I got a ticket, baby. This is the OCs, Mutilator Defeated at Last. OCs are a kind of rising indie rock band, like kind of stoner, psychedelic, indie, garage, lo-fi, rock, metal. Like they cover so many different genres. This album definitely a bit heavier, definitely a little bit spacier than the other stuff, but I love it. I think this is like their best album by far. I'm really into them at the moment. Some really cool tracks on here. Web, the opening track, Withered Hand, pretty much everything on here. Sticky Hulks really stands out, Palace Doctor as well. definitely my favorites on this record. I'll link up some videos or YouTube videos for a couple songs from these albums. I don't own the rights, so I'm gonna try to connect like their Vivo or their official channels or whatever, but I don't think I think the OCs have their own, but it's definitely not a Vivo like I think these guys have. But whatever, I'll put some stuff up. Check them out. Let me know what you think of them. If you're already familiar, what are your thoughts? Give me some suggestions. I'm always open to new music and perfume, of course. I've got a few really big videos that I'm probably going to get done today and have them uploaded in the next couple of days, so stay tuned for those. I'm off all this week from school, so I actually have some time to do stuff. So really looking forward to getting some videos done, getting caught back up, and getting some fall fragrances out there, because definitely my season, without a doubt, for fragrances fall. So anyways, I'll see you again soon, and be sure to stay tuned for some more videos.